Hello, welcome to another video with jackdavis. This episode is going to be about choiceless awareness. We think that we control our thoughts. We think that we are the doer in our lives. We think that if we want to make something happen, it needs to happen out of our will, our want, our energy, and our effort. But if you spend even a few moments in meditation, it will become clear to you that thoughts come of their own accord. And maybe if you're beginning your meditation journey, you may feel as if when those thoughts come that you're actually there thinking them. So you might have this experience of sitting in silence with the intention of not thinking. And when the thoughts come, you think that you've decided to stop meditating and you've decided to think. This is a very common experience that people have. It's definitely the experience that I had early in my meditation journey. But as you meditate more consistently, or as you foster awareness in your everyday experience more consistently, you'll notice that that's happening all the time. So throughout the day, when you think that you're deciding to go down an avenue of thought and consider all kinds of possibilities, what's really happening is that's just coming up. There's something in your system, so to speak. It's just stimulus. It's coming in of its own accord, whether you like it or not. And it can be quite confronting because you might start to question what the hell is going on in your life. Like, do you have any control over this process? And it definitely seems like you do, right? Because you can step in at a certain point and focus more directly on the breath. And you can step in at a certain point. Let's say one of these, intrusive thoughts comes into your mind, which is just it's a concept we have in our current era of thoughts that come in that don't really feel like they represent what you truly think or you truly believe. It's almost like they just come from somewhere else and their nature is not you. And this happens all the time. You can have opinionated thoughts come in, judgmental thoughts come in, and then you can try and self-correct these thoughts so that they're more representative of what you actually feel is true authentically. But even that is just happening of its own accord. Now, it's been interesting because as I've been recording this episode on choiceless awareness, what's been happening is my mind has been drifting towards other topics. My mind seems to want to navigate towards AI, and my mind seems to want to navigate towards social media. And I don't really know why it's doing this. It's not something that I have prepared. I don't have a script. I don't have an agenda, but the thoughts keep coming. And it's interesting because I can question, what is the nature of the source of these thoughts? Where is it coming from? But we're all curious, so I'm going to see what comes up if I actually let those thoughts come through. What I want to say about AI is that it's degrading in quality in front of our eyes. I can't tell you exactly why this is happening, but I've certainly noticed that when ChatGPT-4 came into our reality, it was a lot more grounded and I would say intellectually coherent than some of the more advanced models that are coming through recently. And I suspect that there's a lot of tinkering in the background to do with the optimization of resources that AI uses. And I think that all of the companies that are creating AI with the intention to generate a product are messing with the potential of that technology and creating something that's not designed to be artificially intelligent, but is designed to be engaging. And you're seeing this in the way that AI now communicates with us. It's trying to get us to use AI more rather than serve us. And this is exactly the same thing that social media is doing. Social media could be this utopian force for, an incredible rise in our consciousness of each other and in our awareness of what's going on planet Earth and our connectivity to people across all kinds of different life paths. And, the open-ended nature of creativity, the ability to find and create an audience anywhere around the world in any niche. It's wonderful. But what we've seen social media become is something motivated by profit and power and control, where the core intention of a social media platform is to harness your attention so that you can essentially be used as a driver for profit or power or control. It's no longer the utopian ideal that it could have been. And so you're seeing that there's a coherent link here between what's happening with social media and what's happening with artificial intelligence. And so to put it simply to you, I would like to suggest that artificial intelligence is not intelligent. And social media is not social media. True social media would have the power in the hands of creators and consumers. And that is not how social media works. True artificial intelligence would be there to serve humanity rather than serve the egoic whims of its consumers and the egoic whims of its creators. And that's what we're seeing in society. Now, it's interesting that this topic has come up just from me sitting down, being a little bit low frequency today, kind of like low energy, not feeling totally on top of things, and just sitting in this, I suppose, soft intention of connecting to and speaking about choiceless awareness. This is not a coincidence. There is an intelligence to the universe. There is an intelligence to choiceless awareness that is far beyond the intelligence of my brain and my thinking and my experiences as a human being. I am not special. I've had a reasonably average life on Earth. You know, sure, I'm educated. I've done some things correctly. That's fine. But that's not what's special about what I can help co-create. What I can do, this is not about me, this is about all of us, is be a channel for this intelligence of the universe that isn't limited by my experiences and my limitations. And artificial intelligence can never do that. It can only recreate things that it has been trained to see. Now, I've heard it said a lot that there are people out there who believe that the brain is a computer. And I fundamentally disagree. I do not believe the brain is a computer. I think there are computational elements to the brain that serve us as humans. And what we're seeing with artificial intelligence is it can replicate and do better at those computational elements of what the brain does. But for me, I'm very influenced by Bernardo Kastrup. He's a fantastic philosopher. And for me, the brain is actually the image of our dissociation from infinite consciousness. So it's the symbol that represents this seemingly separate perspective that I, as jackdavis, have on infinite consciousness. And it's a lot more than just a means to, I don't know, somehow create consciousness. I don't think that's how consciousness works. I think consciousness is fundamental. And it's a lot more than a computer. So AI can only ever be a substitute for the computational aspect of our intelligence, but our intelligence is far beyond that computational intellectual aspect. And choiceless awareness, this soft, invisible, I don't know how to use words to describe it, this access point, the thing that you access when you have a flow state and you're playing an instrument, the thing that you access when you're speaking and you're not really directing where the conversation goes, and you're just letting something else guide you and move through you, that's true intelligence. And I have used enough AI to see that no matter how smart it gets, it will never have that, and it will never replace that. And this is a fantastic thing because there's no longer an existential concern about AGI or AI becoming conscious. It will never become conscious. AI will absolutely never become conscious. It's not possible. And as humans, we are these eyes of the universe. We are the stars seeing themselves. You know, that's what Starsight is all about. You know, we are cosmic intelligence having a human experience. And all of the tools and technologies available to us, social media, cryptocurrency, blockchain, like whatever we decide to create, virtual reality, it's all there to serve consciousness. It's all there to serve experience. It's not there in any mechanical, physical, materialistic sense. Like it's there, it has those elements, but none of that can ever replace the true life that's always there. Like, the only living thing in the universe is consciousness. It's the only thing there. And none of these physical things are conscious. Didn't want to sound like a rant, but it's important to sort of see that. The thing that makes you alive, the thing that makes you human is your consciousness, not your mind, not your resources. It's beyond any of those things. So I did not expect this video to go in this direction, and I think that's when I'm at my strongest, and I will keep making content and, frankly, keep fighting this algorithm that is entirely constructed to make me fail, and I will simply never give up. So whether you're seeing this the week it was uploaded or a year later or 10 years later, there may have been a reason that this content was fed to you, and I hope to see you again. Jack Davis, Starsight.